My name is Toby, and I've developed my own method of training that I call body efficiency training. Now, you can see me here doing some martial arts, but I'm not really a fighter. I wouldn't class myself as a fighter. And you can see me here doing some dancing, but I'm not really a dancer. I've never done any dance training. So what am I doing? Well, I'm working on my body on an internal way. I'm trying to improve the efficiency of my body, and that applies to all types of movement and all types of structure that you create with your body for doing different things. Now, I'm calling this martial arts because I've discovered that martial arts training and martial arts exercises are really the best way to improve your efficiency. They're moving your body in a way that requires strong structures and speed and power, and the transmission of speed and power through these strong structures. And this is what we need to develop in our body to increase our efficiency. So martial arts training, martial arts exercises are the best way of improving your whole body efficiency. But it's not about fighting. So I'm not teaching fighting, I'm not talking about fighting. I'm talking about exercises, body practices. So these can help you in fighting, these martial arts exercises can help you in fighting, but they will not teach you how to fight. If you actually want to fight, the best way now is to just find yourself a very good MMA class and go and practice. You've got to do actual fighting if you want to fight. But these are supplementary exercises to that. If you want to improve your efficiency in fighting, then these are the sort of things that I've worked out and developed. And this is what I really want to share in this channel. And I've got a great passion for this. I mean, I love this stuff. I do this training all day long and even all night long. I mean, it's hard to imagine, but I sleep on the hard floor in different positions and move about, and this is part of my training. But I love it. It's not forced. I actually feel more comfortable there. So I gradually worked up to this. And it's an unusual way of training. I've got some pretty far out and unusual exercises and some pretty radical ideas. So this is new, and I've got to say, I'm not even a physiotherapist. I haven't studied anatomy or any of these things. This is all purely years and years of internal, intensive, and obsessive experimenting on myself and trying to work out the best way I can use my body. And like I said, I have done martial arts and many years of internal and external martial arts and all other various body practices. And I've fixed multiple problems in my body. I've had bad back and knees since childhood. I've had 5 years pretty much continuous back pain that I've fixed. I've had 4 surgeries on my belly, so I've lost all use of my body and had to build myself up from nothing 4 times over. And in doing all that, I've developed this method of training that works for me. And I didn't mean to develop it; it just sort of happened in this all these things I've been doing. And I started to notice that, well, I'm doing something different to most people. There's something different I'm working on, and I'm trying to put my finger on what was this difference. And the only way I can really describe it is in this way I've called it body efficiency training. See, I'm not working hard. I'm not working for power, brute strength. I'm not pushing myself for fitness. So we got this idea of no pain, no gain, and it's a pity. We think we've got to be forced down to the gym, and someone's got to shout at you and hit you with a stick, so you really start sweating and get fit. It doesn't need to be like that. It's meant to be a pleasure. We're supposed to love being in our body. It's meant to be easy and natural, and we get stronger as we enjoy getting stronger. It's different to pushing yourself to get stronger. So the approach is different. I'm working on two things. I'm working on increasing power and increasing speed, but I'm working on reducing effort. So it's halfway there. So what you see, the end result in this little here, I'm doing a punch. I'm working on efficiency. So I'm trying to generate a very powerful punch, but with nearly zero effort. It's got to be effortless. So the end result is not a maximum power punch. It's only a mid-range punch. But what you can't see is how effortless this was to me. So there's some amazing benefit in martial arts if you could have this effortless way of moving. But again, this is not actual combat. This is ways of moving your body, and these ways you're moving your body are highly beneficial to you. So even throwing out a punch, if you're throwing it out in these dynamics, this internal flow, it's extremely good for you. It moves the lymphatic system, it moves the blood, and it realigns your skeleton. You're moving your skeleton out. And even I punch the bag, I'm hitting a punch bag, but every time I punch the bag, it's to improve my bone density and the alignment of my bones. So I do it in a relaxed way. Again, it's hard to understand how I'm punching the bag relaxed, and how can that be useful for fighting. Well, it's not quite fighting, it's an exercise, and an exercise in trying to improve my inner body structure. And even this here, I'm doing lying down exercises. I call it just lying around. I'm just lying around trying to fall asleep in different unusual crazy stretches, and I'm trying to get whole body stretches. I'm not just stretching an individual part of my body. I'm always trying to unify my skeleton and relax into it. So if I can fall asleep, then I've achieved a very deep relaxation into a very difficult and complex stretch. But I do it as I feel like it. I'm not forcing it. It feels good to me. I'm enjoying the process, and that's really what I want to share here. I'm enjoying being in my body. I love it, and I do this all the time. I do this all day long because it applies to everything you do. Standing up, sitting down. You see, how would you start this training? Well, let's just say you need to motivate yourself. You're stuck on the sofa. You can't get up. So how do you get going to the gym? It's just too much to get to the gym in one big go. But I would start on the sofa itself. The very first thing I would do is just get myself a lumbar support pillow, and make sure every time I sit on the sofa I put this pillow or any pillow to support my lumbar spine. So now I'm lazing around on the sofa in a better position. I'm already training. I've already started, but it's easy. And then from there I'd put my leg up either side or lean my arms up at the back of the sofa and stretch out. I'd build up from there, and then after a while I'd try bigger positions, lie down, upside down, different stretches, but I'm still just lazing around. But I'd be getting more energy, more motivation to do something else, get up. And then eventually I'd get up and do the arm twisting exercise or something ever so simple. As your energy builds up, you'll get more motivation, and eventually you'll actually feel like going to the gym, and you'll enjoy it and you'll love it. And if you love it, you'll keep it going, and that's the key. We want to love being in our body. So here, even though I'm doing martial arts, this is very, very friendly martial arts. It's not full contact fighting. It's practicing a body flow, one movement flowing into the next movement. And the martial arts idea, even here with this very light contact sparring, is to feel spontaneous movement. So to be efficient, you've also got to be spontaneous, and combat or martial arts practice is practicing that spontaneity. It's practicing spontaneous movement, and even dancing could be that. You have freestyle dancing and things like salsa dancing. You've got to move spontaneously. You have to feel what's happening to you and go with it. It's the same principle. It's very, very good for you, and it's good for your mind-body connection. But this is what I've developed, and this is what I've been working on for many, many years, as I said, of this obsessive sort of personal experimentation. But I'm just a regular bloke. I don't train that much. I'm not an athlete. I train maybe 4 or 5 times a week at the gym for an hour, so it's not that much more than most people. So, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to find a way of training that I can do it all the time, and this is efficiency. So you could also say I'm moving up to training 24/7. Even you're standing up doing the washing up, you're leaning forward in a good structure. You're trying to find an optimum structure. And even in martial arts, this is going to help martial arts. If you sit in the horse riding stance while you do the washing up, you're training structure. You've just got to think of the original Karate Kid movie, wax on, wax off. He's doing a banal, mundane movement, but he's training a martial arts reflex. And this is the idea. This is why this is useful for martial arts, and why martial arts practice and training is very useful, or the best training for body efficiency. I'm trying to train strength, alignment, structure, flow, and movement, all in a spontaneous way. So they've got to be instantaneous. Your mind and body have got to come together when you do it, and that's why it's most efficient. And it applies even in things like falling over. If you trip or slip over, this reflex training helps you to catch yourself before you land, before you actually fall down, or you don't injure yourself. You don't sprain an ankle because you know how to collapse your joints, collapse your structure down, and fall safely before you break or twist your ankle. So these are very, very useful things to be practicing. And I've struggled a long time to try and work out how to classify this training and what it actually is. And I'm still struggling really to say what it is in one word. But well, I suppose the one word is efficiency. I'm trying to practice efficiency, and the way I practice that efficiency is through three things: posture, flow, and awareness. I've got to improve my posture, that is, improve the alignment of my bone structure. If I can do that, I can transmit greater force through my body. I will have greater strength in my body. I've got strength to push an opponent or strength to push a car. It's the same strength that is required, but I'm doing it with less and less effort. Remember, I'm moving towards effortlessness. This is efficiency, greater result with less effort. And and then with flow is the ability to relax and move between structures. So that's not about the movement, the position. It's about the movement between positions. That's got to be fluid, and that in itself is a specific thing to practice. And of course, martial arts is the perfect way to practice that. But this ability alone is not going to help you to fight, but it will improve your efficiency if you know how to fight. So you've got to add this on to basic fighting skills, i.e. your MMA practice. And then awareness, again, awareness is that deep internal feeling of your energy, your internal energy. And we know feeling, we do feel our body, but I want to feel deep down inside my body, inside the very bones. I want to feel the bone structure and control every vertebra in my spine. And this practice we can do at any age, any ability, whatever we can do this. Because even if we're sitting down, like I said, lying back on a sofa, I can practice my body awareness. I can try and feel and sit in a better position that will put me in a better alignment, and this comes through awareness and feeling. And of course in martial arts we need this feeling, this inner awareness, and we need it while someone is having a go at you, trying to knock you off balance or do you some harm. I've still got to feel this inner body awareness so that I can control my structure and move from my structure and move fluidly between my structures in a spontaneous way. So it has martial arts applications, but it's not actually fighting. What I'm sharing here is not actually fighting. It's the ability to use your body in a better way, and I think we're missing a lot. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about that I don't think people are talking about enough. And it's not about fitness. It's not about brute strength. It's not even about flexibility, mobility. It's not about any of those things. It's about efficiency. Whatever you can do, there's a way of doing it better. So it's not even about what you do. It's about the way that you do it. And this is key. So I'm trying to share my method of training that I've developed, and this training is all about the way you use your body, not so much what you're using your body for. And I'm trying to demonstrate that in using my body in all different ways. So you're seeing me doing different types of martial arts, different levels of power, different levels of fluidity, completely freestyle dancing, but you're also seeing me doing weightlifting machines. I'll be doing functional training, just how to move things around, the household chores, household activities, how to do these in a better way, how to sit at your desk, how to get up and sit down from a chair. All these things are one and the same thing. It's body efficiency training. If we can do these efficiently, we will have so much more energy available to us in the day, because we literally just waste energy by doing things inefficiently. And it's worse than that. If we do them inefficiently, we also can harm ourselves. It can be detrimental. We're putting the wrong stress on our spine when we lift things up. And indeed, a lot of the problems I had to fix in my early days was from simply bad martial arts practice. I wasn't fully aware of my body positioning and the exercises I was doing, so I injured my knees and also injured my back. And again, this is how I learnt so many of these things, just through trying the things incorrectly for so long and realizing every time I do this I'm hurting myself. This cannot be right. There's got to be a better way. And then I persevere until I find a way of doing that. Hang on, I can do this quite well. In fact, I'm getting a lot of power, and hey, it doesn't hurt me, and furthermore, it's nearly effortless. So I'm trying to achieve effortless movement, effortless power, increase that speed, but also reduce the effort. So it's difficult to see that. It's difficult to see that. And so what I'm doing, it looks very similar to a lot of things that are being done, But what I'm trying to do is very different and is hard to see, and it's even harder to explain. So I do hope you bear with me on this channel, because I'm always trying to improve what I'm saying. And this is also like a diary of my training. It's a record of what I'm doing, so I myself can look back at what I'm doing and learn more from it. I look back at myself and analyse what I'm doing wrong and work out improvements. Because this is a work in progress. I'm always improving. I only mean to share my passion for body movement, my passion for martial arts movement, and I do have a passion for martial arts. I do love it, but again, my focus is not on actual combat. My focus or my battle is with myself. My opponent is my own body. I'm battling to improve my body. So my struggle is internal. It's the same struggle when I'm doing some sparring or pushing hands. It's only gentle sparring I do, but I'm working against myself. You see, I'm not even working against their opponent. Whatever they do is irrelevant to me. I just have to control my structure, no matter what they are doing, and find the next movement to flow or the next response to flow, and maintain an inner awareness and an inner stability in my center, no matter what is happening. And again, but real fighting, you've got to do some high pressure practice as well. You've got to do this under great speed and great pressure, and that's a slightly different thing. But it's my same approach. My approach is an easy approach to training. This should not be difficult. We want to love being in our body. We should love it, and this is the key to motivation. Motivation is a big problem in training our body. How do we motivate ourselves? That's the issue. But this exercise I'm going to do right here, I find the single best exercise to motivate yourself. If you can't do anything, you don't know what to do, but you know you've got to do something in your body, then just start by standing up like this. Try and stand nice and tall. Hold yourself in a nice position, an S curve in the spine. You're trying to feel the spine alignment and your body structure. Look, just bouncing through it. I'm on the ball of the feet. And then from here, you just start to do the twisting exercise, arm swinging exercise. You're just gently moving your body, and you're trying to feel a movement through your whole bone structure and a line through your spine, your center line from the crown and the head down to the sacrum. I'm holding my belly in a little bit because I want to lift up the frame. I want to hold my spine upwards against gravity. I'm trying to find an inner stretch. So you do have to be careful. If you've got any body problems, do this very gently, because you're affecting the pressure inside your chest by lifting up a little bit. But if you're a dancer, you'll understand holding up the frame is an important thing. But I'm holding up to keep the spinal alignment. See, the spine does need a little bit of work to hold it up, not just the back muscles. The muscles at the front also need to hold it. But this is such an easy exercise. You'll get a bit of energy, you'll get the blood moving, and usually from there you'll feel like doing something else. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little talk. I hope this made sense to you. Please do stick with me, watch my channel and see what I come up with next. I'm trying to improve the way I explain this and the way I share this, but I just wish to share my passion and love for being in the body, and I hope that you can appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.